Hello, my children. Alright. Today's video is going to be about one singular topic, and I'll give you a hint. It is about Magic, Dead by Daylight, Smash Bros, Mortal Kombat. What do these things all have in common? One thing. Crossovers. And I wanted to talk about this because I feel like a lot of games have been doing this, but a lot of different IPs have been doing this, and I want to talk about what's the benefits of it, and when do crossovers ruin the game itself? Like, when does it take away from it being an original property? Now I want to start out with Smash Bros real quick to get this one out of the way. Smash Bros, the thing is with that one is the difference with that and say Jump Force. The problem is with those IPs are built upon crossovers. It was founded on Nintendo characters crossing over and fighting each other, and now it is basically about it's about all IPs across the board coming in and fighting each other. Same with Marvel vs. Capcom, and those games pride themselves on crossovers. And I'm going to be telling you this. That's a good thing for those games because they don't really have an original IP associated to them aside from the naming scheme and the fact that it's a crossover series. So yeah, and I debate one of them, and this is almost a crossover series at this point. And let me know what you guys think. But I want to get into the first one here, Magic the Gathering. The thing is with Magic the Gathering is a lot of people are upset with the Universes Beyond sets. And, what authority do I have on this? I have Magic decks. All mine are Universes Beyond. And here's the thing. I personally think that Universes Beyond shouldn't be something that is where it eclipses the original Magic set, but I think and feel that it should be a not separate. I feel like it should be either a simultaneous release or it should be a 2 to 3 year thing, 3-year event thing, sorry, not 3 years, but 3 times a year thing, where we only get 3 crossover sets and the rest are actual sets that belong to original Magic IPs. Because the thing is with Magic is, I would say, yeah, a lot of people are upset about the Universes Beyond for unfounded reasons at this point. People were mad at Spider-Man for how it was, and yeah, was the set good? In my opinion, it was alright. Was it handled the best? No. Could have been handled better? Of course. And the problem is a lot of people just look at it one way and don't think that it can be another way. I had fun with it. I built a Cosmic Spider-Man deck, and it is one of my most powerful decks with that entire set. I bought 2 boxes, and I have not felt any kind of remorse for it. And it's because that I had fun with it. That's the purpose of Magic, is to have fun with the set. It doesn't matter if it's the most OP set, in my opinion. But with Magic, the thing is that it feels like now they're moving more and more towards crossovers. For instance, one thing that kind of pisses me off is, okay, respect to all Star Trek fans, I feel like we should have ended the year with original Magic set. I feel like you should begin and end the year with an original Magic set, is what I feel like. And if you want to hear what I think crossovers we should add to Magic, different video, ask me in the comments, and I will reply. But again, comparing that to Smash Brothers completely reliant on different IPs. This one is semi-reliant on this point, and here's the thing with it. It's not taking over it, but it is also good for Magic. Regardless of who you are, we can all agree, as sane human beings, that Magic crossovers are good for Magic as a whole. Because I had no interest getting into Magic, and then me and my buddy, my editor, were at a Walmart, and he bought me a Caesar deck from Fallout. And he said, if I buy this deck for you, will you at least try to play it? I said, you know what? Sure. And I haven't looked back. I have built multiple decks, and they've all been fun. But then you've got Mortal Kombat, where it feels like it's not crossover yet, but the like crossover central. But the problem is I almost don't like that every single game has crossovers. I don't mind it per se, but I feel like it's a little bit weird because um, it feels like people almost only care about the crossover characters at times, and I get it, that can be a way to get you into the game, but it's like so a lot of people are so reliant on the DLC characters, and I get it. The DLC characters are good, and I like them too. That's part of the reason that keeps the game fresh and unique, is because we have different unique crossover characters. Excuse me. But yeah, I feel like that's a game that's teetering on the edge because of how people view it. A lot of people will just dismiss the rest of the game and mainly play the crossover characters. And if you want to do that, fine. But in my opinion, you go play Smash Brothers. That'd be a bit more your flow. And then you've got the last one I want to discuss here is Dead by Daylight. I'm not saying it's ruining Dead by Daylight because there's original IPs in Dead by Daylight. But the problem is it feels like more people are caring about the crossovers now than the actual IPs. I could be wrong, but every time I think about getting back into it, it's because a new IP, like a crossover character, is getting introduced. Most of the time when I see an IP, I go, that's like original. I go, you know what? I like it, but I don't think I'm going to play him. Like the Indian girl that becomes organs. I'm like, oh, that's cool, but I don't really think I will play her because, so and so. I think there's only a few characters that are original IP that I play, and that's Trickster and Huntress, and those ones are it. Outside of that, it's mainly crossovers like Springtrap, and I get it. The game at this point, I feel like, is basically crossover central, where every IP is trying to get into it that is somewhat horror adjacent, even though Attack on Titan is trying to get into it, and I would argue Attack on Titan isn't really that horror. I know there's horror elements of it. I'm not saying that it isn't horror, but I feel like that one isn't ruining the game. What it does is I feel like it's transforming the game into more of a crossover game, and it's broken up intermediately with original stuff. But I feel like the killers that are original and killers that are from other series are almost eclipsing each other, to where it's like they have to balance it out to where it's constantly like, okay, we need to balance back out to where there's more original. I could be wrong, it could be outnumbered. I'm pretty sure there's not that many more of original characters, but I don't know, it's just, I wanted to talk about this because I like crossovers, but I feel like crossovers can get a bit too much, and I feel like some games kind of lose their original style, or not even original style, just lose, like, people get less and less interested in their original stuff to the point where people mainly just care about it for the crossovers. So even though the title of this video will probably be crossovers, well, when does a crossover ruin a series? I'm going to tell you what ruins it. Is when the game is completely taken over by its crossovers, and it wasn't originally known for that. There's not many games that's happened to, but yeah, it's ridiculous. Like Soul Calibur's one that hasn't been taken over by crossovers, but it's the only thing that a lot of, at least I, care about from the series, because I don't care that much for Soul Calibur. I know other people love it to death, and I will agree with you, it's a good game. I liked Geralt in it, but I don't know. I feel like there's a few games that you could say was ruined by crossovers, and I'm going to extend the question to you. Is there a game that you either think was tainted over time by crossovers to the point where it lost its own identity to a certain extent? And yeah, again, Dead by Daylight has its own established identity, but it is still kind of more crossover at the moment. But can you give any examples of that, or where a IP was ruined by crossovers? Anyway, that'll be the video. Again, shorter one. I'm going to be trying to do another versus video where I'm going to be doing drum roll please. Space Marines versus fucking Helldivers 2. Both sequel games to well-liked games, and I want to cover them because I feel like you can compare the two. Space Marines 2 was labeled a Space Marines was labeled a Helldivers killer, and they're both still here, so neither killed the other one. So anyway, that'll be the video. I'll send this to my editor. He'll get everything edited. Have him put up pictures and shit. But yeah. Alright, love you guys. Bye.